Hello friends, this is Nirmal for Technique, and in this video we'll have a detailed camera comparison of the ASUS ZenFone 5Z with the OnePlus 6. Before analyzing the camera samples, let's first have a look at the hardware offered. The ASUS ZenFone 5Z has a 12 megapixel primary camera with Sony IMX363 sensor with f-stop 1.8 aperture and large 1.4 micron pixel. There is a secondary 8 megapixel shooter for wide angle photos. The selfie camera is an 8 megapixel shooter with f-stop 2.0 aperture. The phone can record videos in both 1080p resolution as well as 4K resolution at 60 fps. Now coming to the OnePlus 6, it packs a primary 16 megapixel camera with Sony IMX519 sensor with f-stop 1.7 aperture and 1.22 micron pixels. The secondary camera is a 20 megapixel f1.7 camera and the selfie camera is a 16 megapixel with f-stop 2.0 aperture. The phone can also record videos in both 1080p resolution and 4K. Now let's first have a look at the video sample taken with these two devices. Here is the video sample recorded in 1080p resolution with stabilization enabled. Both the cameras have good results and richer colors. While the OnePlus 6 colors looks a bit saturated, the ASUS ZenFone 5Z colors are a bit more closer to reality. But the overall video sharpness looks better on the OnePlus 6 and the audio quality is exceptional on the OnePlus 6. Now here is a 4K recording from both the cameras, and overall the video recording we would give it to the OnePlus 6 for the quality it offers. Now let's have a look at the daylight captures. Both the devices have auto HDR mode and does produce good results overall. The details and sharpness are impressive on both the phones. When shooting images in extreme greenery, the OnePlus 6 tends to oversaturate the images, while the ASUS ZenFone 5Z is a bit more closer to real colors. The dynamic range is good on both the devices, but the ZenFone 5Z has an edge. But the moment you turn off the auto HDR mode, the images on the ZenFone 5Z look dull and underexposed. And this we mentioned even in our detailed camera review of the ASUS ZenFone 5Z. So in terms of the daylight captures, both the cameras did a pretty good job overall. Now coming to the close-up images, you can see that the color reproduction looks quite similar on both the phones, but when you zoom in the images, you can see that the ASUS ZenFone 5Z offers better sharpness levels and more details. So here we would give it to the ASUS ZenFone 5Z for the overall better details and sharpness levels offered. Now looking at the low light captures. The large 1.5 micron pixel sensor with f-stop 1.8 helps in more light in the sensor, and that's the result. You can see the photos are better lit on the ASUS ZenFone 5Z with lesser noise levels. The color reproduction in the low light photos also looks quite similar on both the phones. The ASUS ZenFone 5Z although has a tendency to over sharpen the images in order to reduce the noise, in the low light segment we would say the ASUS ZenFone 5Z definitely has an edge over the OnePlus 6. Next up, the portrait samples. The ASUS ZenFone 5Z has the ability to adjust the aperture values while OnePlus 6 does it automatically. Here you could see that the images are underexposed on the ASUS ZenFone 5Z while it has come better on the OnePlus 6. The edge detection is also superior on the OnePlus 6 while the ASUS ZenFone 5Z messes up with the edges at times. So in terms of the portrait mode, we would pick the OnePlus 6. Finally, the selfie camera. The 16 megapixel shooter on the OnePlus 6 has better details and skin tones, while the 8 megapixel shooter on the ASUS ZenFone 5Z is in bad overall. If you zoom in the image, you can see the selfies are better on the OnePlus 6. Both the cameras have portrait mode for selfies and neither of them are perfect, and the edge detection is average at its best on both the devices. Now both the selfie cameras can record videos in 1080p resolution, and here is the sample taken from both these devices. So this is the front-facing camera sample taken with the ASUS 5Z. So this has an 8 megapixel shooter capable of recording videos in 1080p resolution, and you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the video recording taken using the ASUS ZenFone 5Z. So this is the front-facing camera sample taken with the OnePlus 6. So this is again a 16 megapixel shooter capable of recording videos in 1080p resolution. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the front-facing camera on the OnePlus 6. Coming up, which is the better camera smartphone? Having looked at the images, it's hard to pick a winner from these two devices as they both have their own strengths and weaknesses. One area where the Asus Zenfone 5Z impressed us is the low light performance, and also the close-up images where the details were really good. The Asus Zenfone 5Z also needs an update to fix the exposure issues, and also the portrait modes needs an update. The OnePlus 6 is better of the two in the video recording department with better quality output, and also the sound quality is really good. So we would leave it to viewers to decide which is the better camera smartphone based on their priority. So that was the camera comparison of the OnePlus 6 with the Asus Zenfone 5Z. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.